Hey guys, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. So here I am in my Hobonichi cousin, as well as my Hobonichi A6 5-year journal. And it's been a while since I've done this, but I wanted to show you guys how I fill out my planners on a day-to-day basis. From filling out my weekly spread, my habit tracker in the yearly spread here, as well as how I decorate my daily pages and how I use each one. All right, so let's get started for Monday. So this is the yearly, I don't know what this yearly overview in the front of the Hobonichi cousin. And I've seen some people use this in different ways, but I've seen also those planners who use this as a habit tracker, and I love it because you have the ability to see all of your habits throughout the course of the year. And the habits that I keep track of are my nighttime routine. I am really bad at doing the washing the face routine in the evening, and I know I need to get better at that. Reading at least 10 pages a day, keeping track of how many calories I burn, which I get through my Fitbit. I know it's not completely accurate, but I at least get an estimate. Drinking 2 liters of water a day, and the no spend, as well as how many steps I did per day. So I'm actually a couple of days behind on this, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm filling this out. So for Saturday, March 5th. No, I did not do my nighttime routine. I haven't, oh, that's terrible. I haven't read 10 pages yet this month. Oh, that's bad. Did I get my 2 liters of water in? And did I do a no spend on this Saturday? No. No, I went and bought takeaway for myself, but that's okay. So none of the habits I did on this Saturday, but I did burn 2,202 calories, and I did 16,032 steps. Okay, then for yesterday, Sunday, March 6th, I burned 2,443 calories and did 19,174 steps. And then did I have a no spend yesterday? Well, I did have to buy some Caesar salad and garlic bread and you know what, those were actual essential groceries. So in terms of non-essentials, I did not buy anything. I did not have my 2 liters of water. Oh, so bad. But this is a great way for me to keep myself accountable with my habits. I was so great at the beginning of the year. I really need to get back onto it. So then flipping to the weekly spread. So that was last week's weekly spread, and then this week's weekly spread, and I fill out my sleep score as well as checking off the workout that I've done. And then down at the bottom here, I write down the meals that I've had so far for today. Then moving to the daily pages in the back. Okay, so these are the daily pages in the back of my cousin, and I'm just looking for the stickers that oh, there. So I normally try to get the weekly pages to match with the daily spread. So I have my eucalyptus collection here that comes out, by the time this video comes out, these were released on Friday, March 11th. And I'll be using these to decorate my daily pages. And I also have my lined leaves, which I thought would work really, really well with this. I do have to point out though that I do not, the way that I fill this out, it's not all in one block. First thing in the morning, I try find time wherever I can during the day to fill this out. And it's not always as efficient as I'd like it to be, but life isn't like that. So some days I can get this spread done first thing in the morning and I can get on with my day. And other days it's just like, I don't even see my planner until the end of the day. And that's okay. That's life, that happens. So getting this washi out, and this washi is one of my favorites from Michael's that I bought years ago that I have no idea if I can get it again. So let's use these leaves. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, then I'm going to use my Tombow Tombow dual brush pen in 192 to just highlight a little corner here, and this will be for my to-do lists. And the to-do lists I write in my daily spreads are normally a lot more detailed than I have in my weekly spread. So I'm going to use my Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Dragon Palace and write down my to-do list, some of which I've already done. As part of my daily journaling routine as well, I have my Hobonichi A6 5-year journal where I write just one little thing every day. So what I actually do is write down the temperature, the high and the low for today, one thing that I am grateful for, and then just a little synopsis of what me and my family have done in the day. And I love being able to look back and see that all of the days in March are in this green color, all the days in February are in the pink, and the ink for January was this blue-black. So it'll be nice to see one ink for every month of the year and a different pen for every month of the year. I love this practice as well. And there's the finished spreads for Monday, March 7th. So let's move to Tuesday, March 8th, which is today. So then just filling in last night where my husband and I did end up watching a movie. What's the best one to put down here? There we go. We ended up watching that movie called Against the Ice. And I love being able to write this down in my planner because it's a way of keeping track of all of the movies that we've watched together. And I also had a little chance to do some reading last night as well. Didn't really fill out much during the work day period, just because really it was just work and it's all in my work planner, so I don't really need to fill up that space with too much of anything. So then going into the sleep score, oh, let's not wreck that page. Going into the sleep score, so last night's sleep score, this morning's sleep score was 6 hours and 40 minutes. And then I was able to do my back and biceps workout this morning. And my meals today so far, I've had my recover shake. Now let's move to the daily spread. So when I decorate these spreads, I try to incorporate other stickers as well. Like I've got these page circles from Plan or Create with Mandy, and I want to find ways to incorporate them. So I'm going to use this. I love these eucalyptus. So much fun. I'm going to put one of these down below along with this. Oh, love it. And I know I'm removing some area there that can be used for writing in, but I actually don't mind too much. And then I'll add just a little bit of these leaves as well. Oh, I love it. And just to add a little bit more up at the top, because why not? And then actually just hand letter in, brush letter in the word Tuesday. And also it is International Women's Day, so I'm going to write that somewhere as well. I'm actually going to put that down here. So then, I'm going to go ahead and write in my to-do list. And actually use one of these mini paint swatches because I think they're beautiful. And I try and find any excuse to use them if I can. And then going in with my fountain pen to write in my to-do list for the day. Now filling out my 5-year journal. I love this journal because once it's actually filled in, even for the year, and then I start going in and filling in the second year, I think it's just going to be amazing being able to look back on all of that. So Every day I fill in the temperature, the high and the low, one thing I am grateful for, and then just a quick synopsis of what me and my family did during the day, because I want this to be something that my family can look back on, and just a quick sentence to remind us, oh, that's what that day was about. And I think it'll be really, really fun to look back on 5 years from now and see the things that we've done and see how things have changed. So there are my finished spreads for Tuesday, March 8th, and they're in my 5-year journal as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling out my planner for March 9th. And I'm going to kind of just, I don't know, chat to you guys as I do this. So where's my phone? So yesterday, March 8th, I was able to do my nighttime routine. First time this month. I was able to read 10 pages of my book. I did not get my 2 liters of water in, and I did not spend any money yesterday. Yay. I like keeping track of my habits this way because it really does try and keep me accountable, but also I'm that type of person that when this is all filled out, it's going to look so pretty. Is that really vain to say that the main reason why I want to fill this out is because I know how pretty it's going to look in the end? I am also excited to see what all the colors are going to look like once it's all filled in. But I've seen so many people fill out this habit tracker, and I love the way it looks once it's all filled out, so I can't wait to see what it actually looks like once it's done. So I'm going to put my blotting paper there so that I don't get that happening, and then move to my weekly spread here. I don't remember what I did. So yesterday, actually this week is just crazy for me with meetings and everything, but what I also did yesterday was try and fix an issue going on with my silhouette. So in preparation for the new releases coming out this Friday, I was working on trying to get the cut lines right on the new scripts, and I wasted so many pages, unfortunately. So many sheets of sticker paper, but I think I got it to where I want it. And then in the evening, where is it? I always try to, I always run out of these stickers because they're like, oh, that's why, because I put it in with different ones. So last night my husband and I decided to watch 7 Years in Tibet, and I've never seen that movie. I don't know what made me decide to want to watch it, but I was definitely seeing Brad Pitt in a different light. But yeah, and I mean, this is going to look blank because when I'm working, it's just, that is the way that it is. So then going in to fill out my sleep score, ooh, let's not do that. Again, taking my sleep score from my Fitbit, and I like keeping track of these because I think I've said this before, my sleep score, my sleep was not great before, and I want to keep track of it just so that I can keep myself accountable, and I think it's a great way to make sure that I am getting the rest that I need. Because it's not just about watching what I eat or exercising, it's about making sure that I'm getting the appropriate amount of rest as well. So then today, I'll write down my meals down here. So this morning I had protein waffles. I haven't made those in a while. And then lunch I had to just grab quickly because I had so many meetings today. I had a coffee and barbecue crispers. I feel like such a 90s child when I do that. And then I'll finish filling the rest of this out probably tomorrow. But then we'll go ahead and flip to the daily spread or the journal. Okay, so for today, I'm just looking back at how I did the other days. I did the circle up here. I did a circle down here. So I again want to even out where I put everything. Maybe I put one right in the middle. Right here with one of these black lined leaves. and washi. I'm gonna go with the black washi. No, the grid washi. And then just add that on top of it. Go in with my Tombow dual brush pen. Just do this. And then actually what I'm gonna write in here is that it's my mom's birthday today. And for these 2 days I'm going to be using my TWSBI Eco with Pilot Iroshizuku Ina Ho. I love that color, absolutely love that color. And then I'll go ahead and start just journaling the day. Going in to fill in my 5-year journal. I really enjoy the practice of filling in this journal because I love knowing that I'll be able to look back on this as I write in it over the years and see just the changes in, one, the weather, compare the weather, but two, look at just the things that stood out on a day-to-day basis. Look at what's changing with the kids and just even little things that we did on a day-to-day basis. They might be little at the time, but when I look back, if I look back in 2022 from 2026, I'll see a huge change in my kids and possibly, you know, where Rob and I are at. So, and there are my spreads for Wednesday, March 9th, where I even included like a little writing sample of my new Pelican M400. Very exciting, although I did get a little bit of like food stain on there. Ugh. All right, so let's move to March 10th and start decorating this page. Before I do that, I do have to remember to fill in my habit tracker. And I know that you guys have already seen me do this, but I'm hoping that this is helpful in some way for you. So I did my nighttime routine last night. I did not read 10 pages last night. I was exhausted. Did I spend any money yesterday? No. But I did not get all of my water in. Nowhere close. And today I am nowhere close to getting all of my water in. It is awful. Then my steps and calories for yesterday. And then going back to my weekly spread and just filling in some things from yesterday. There we go. So yesterday my new fountain pen arrived, but a Pelican is not in here. What's the closest one I can put for it? I don't know. Let's do, no matter what I choose, it's not going to be exact. So let's just put that and write down that my new Pelican arrived. And then of course immediately I had to unbox it and film an unboxing. So taking one of these YouTube icon emojis, and I'm already so in love with that pen. Then I've got a Netflix emoji. Yeah, because my husband and I ended up watching A Girl with a Pearl Earring. I love that we have our nightly movie dates. All right, so then moving to today, again, another work day. So for today, there were a couple of things like Henry, poor guy, forgot his snack from school. So I had to go and buy him a snack from the 7-Eleven across the street. And then just as a treat for the kids, because they have a half day on Thursdays, I am going to place that here. And I feel like this is a sly eye because the kids obviously like to get their way with me. McDonald's for lunch. And I never buy the McDonald's, so It was a treat for all of us. All right, so then that is basically what I've got for my weekly spread. So I'm going to put the blotter here so it doesn't get on the other page, and then flipping to the daily spread. Whoop. So then for today's daily spread, I'm going to place this eucalyptus, which is gorgeous, here in this corner. Place that with some of this washi, which I adore. And I know this video is already quite long, so I appreciate you guys sticking around for the duration of this. And then, you know what, I'm going to add a circle to that as well. Then I'm going to just write the word to do. And then use one of these eucalyptus mini paint swatches to go right on top. So it looks like I've highlighted it. Perfect. And then writing in my to-do list. Then going in and filling out my A6 5-year journal. Alright, so there are my completed journal entries for yesterday, Thursday, March 10th. So let's go ahead and start filling out my planner for today. So yesterday I did get my nighttime routine in, and I was able to read 10 pages. I did not drink my 2 liters of water, but I did spend extra money yesterday. I treated the kids to some McDonald's, which you could do every now and again. Okay, and then my steps for yesterday were 20,271, and calories burned was 2,496. So then let's move to the weekly spread. So in the weekly spread here, let's fill out my sleep score from... I didn't even fill out my sleep score from yesterday. So my sleep score from yesterday was 6 hours. Was it 6 hours, 22 minutes? What day is it today? 6 hours, 22 minutes. So the same as the day before, but the actual score was lower. So it's 78. And then for today, I got 7 hours and 1 minute of sleep. Woohoo. And then my sleep score was at an 82, so I'm middling. And then I was able to get yesterday's workout of shoulders in, and today was legs. So I may not be able to walk up and down my stairs tomorrow. Who knows? Okay, so then moving over to Thursday. Didn't fill anything out here, which what can you do? And then, so for breakfast, what did I have for breakfast yesterday? I had my Recover protein shake, and then I had McDonald's for lunch. And then for dinner, we had the 1-pot taco pasta, which everybody absolutely loved. And then I'm going to just fill in a few more things here. Okay, so after my husband picked up the groceries, I did some work with Shopify, so basically getting the listings out for today's new release. And then this evening, my husband and I watched a movie. We always have our movie nights, and I love our movie nights because it's like our own little date night, and that might be boring to some, but we love it. And I'm going to take a Coffee Monsters emoji. And we watched Source Code last night. Some days we want a movie that we've seen before, and other times we want something new. So we haven't seen Source Code in a while. And at the end of the movie, we were both asking, so then what happens to him now that he's in this new reality? And I'm sorry if I spoiled it for anybody. Okay, so then today for Friday. Yes, my new releases are out today, but also something very exciting was that I got some Happy Mail. Let's find an appropriate sticker. I had to get this one. It's the last one in the Happy Mail emojis from Coffee Monsters Co. It's a huge sticker, but it's basically, I got my new inks from Pen Chalet, and I got them like immediately out of the mailbox as soon as I got the notification, because it's so cold outside right now that I was so afraid they were going to freeze. I always love seeing an empty sticker sheet. Ooh. So now moving on to the daily spread. Okay, so let's grab my, not that's the right one, my Tombow Duo brush pen. I'm just going to brush letter in Friday. It has been a long week of a ton of meetings, doing everyone's year-end review, so I am extremely happy to be at Friday. So I'm going to do my to-do list here on the side, and I'm going to take one of the mini paint swatches because I feel like this is really good for when you have the fountain pen ink and it's not dry enough yet to put a Tombow over it. It's really great to be able to do that and still highlight it. So the things I need to do today. Oh, you know what? I've already started writing, but I haven't even decorated. Hello. Okay. So let's see. I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got 2. So I will place this one here. Although saying that, I mean, what did I do the previous day? Placed it there. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'll do the same. No, I want to have a quote, this belief in yourself. These puns were so fun. I rhymed again. Okay, so I'll be careful where I put it down, because as soon as it goes down on this Tomoe River paper, it does not come up. And then get some of this washi, and then this down here. Oh, I really like that. Okay, so now I can go ahead and start writing. And again, another finished sticker sheet. Now filling in my 5-year journal. I really like the size of this journal. This is the A6 5-year Hobonichi, and I really like it because it's small enough that I can write just a little bit every day. If you are intimidated by daily journaling, this one is fantastic because depending on how big or small your writing is, you really, if you want to just fill in one sentence or fill it all across there with like a paragraph, it's definitely manageable. They have this in the A5 size as well, but I just think it'll be so cool to be able to look back on this. I love making these ink swatches basically a part of my journal entry so I can tell myself that I did receive my new inks today. And this actually looks really different from the ink swatches that I originally did with the samples, but I think it's just because of how I did them, but I do love the colors. A little bit behind here. It's already Sunday and I didn't get a chance to do my journaling, and that happens sometimes. So I'm gonna go in here, and I mean, I did my to-do list. And sometimes it's journaling itself. I don't always get to the actual spread on the day, especially when I'm filming, but I still manage to catch up. I don't get too far behind. I mean, I did even fill out the weather for yesterday in my 5-year journal, and there is a little bit of shadow and a tiny bit of bleed through from the ink samples that I did yesterday, but I do not regret that at all. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in and fill this in and then decorate my Sunday spread.
I'm going to be dealing with staining because celluloid is made from cellulose, a natural material, and it's basically a derivative from cellulose fibers, often from like wood pulp or cotton pulp or something like that. And so, you know, potentially there could be some staining things. I know that material itself, the true celluloids, they are more prone to warping and damage through exposure to sunlight and some other things, because again, it's a naturally derived material, so it's more prone to, you know, damage and long-term effects with any type of exposure to any elements of any kind. Air, water, sun, all those things. So
yeah, you've seen those vintage pens that were like that normally are bright green, and then after a time they turn a little bit of a brownish green, but then if you uncap them, the part that was hidden from the cap is still a bright green, so even air.
Do I find it repetitive writing in both of them? I don't actually, because in one I feel like I can go into more detail about how I really feel, and then the 5-year journal is one that is going to be something that my husband and kids can look back on and say, oh yeah, I remember doing that day. So this is more of a synopsis. This goes into a little bit more detail. So then just catching up on my habit tracker. So I did not do, I did do my nighttime routine on Saturday, but not yesterday. I read 10 pages yesterday, but not on Friday because I think no, I actually did read it. I'm lying. Was there a no spend on the Friday? Did I spend any money on the Friday? No, I did not spend any money on the Friday, but I did yesterday when it came to buying some coffee. And that's okay. I absolutely don't mind. So then my my calories burned for Friday was 2,585. And steps was 20,276. And then for yesterday, 2,410 calories, and then 20,275. So then going to the weekly spread. Fill in the sleep scores for the last 2 days here. So yesterday, Saturday, I only got 5 hours and 56 minutes. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I think I went to bed late, 7. And then for today, it feels like it was shorter because of daylight savings time, springing ahead. So I got 5 hours, 55 minutes, sleep score of 74. And that always happens in daylight savings time. All right, and then last night I wrote down that we watched Turning Red and Thunder Force, and then I need to add that we also watched I'll See You in My Dreams. But how do I write that? It's so... And I like keeping track of the movies that my husband and I watch. I think it's nice to look back on. And then, was I supposed to do bed linens today? I think so. I cannot remember. I guess I was supposed to do bed linens today, but I can do them tomorrow. No big deal. So I have done the bathrooms. I still need to do the cabinets and appliances. My husband has done the vacuuming, the windows. Kids have done the garbages and the handles and the light switches. Oops. So that is that weekly spread for now. So let's flip to the daily spread. I really enjoy having the ability to decorate a spread every day. I think there's something about having that ability to create that is really calming, and knowing that I can do something like this every day. Well, I want to come up. I can do a little bit of creative scrapbooking or journaling every day is really, really good for the soul. I think there's something that, there's something to be said about being able to sit and just put pen to paper and stickers on paper that is so good for self-care. I'm going to also take one of these ones and place them up here. So then just, it'll basically be a duplicate of all of the to-dos that I already had on my weekly spread, but then there will be a little bit more detail as well. Now filling in my 5-year journal. So this whole routine, I would say, and how long it takes me to do all of this, I do this over the course of the whole day. I don't do this all at once. So I fit it in where I can, and I don't always finish all of the journaling on the same day. So really, this particular journal can take me like 5 minutes to do. The creative journaling can maybe take me like 15 minutes for the day, and then filling out my weekly spread and my habit tracker can take like 5 minutes. So really, it can take anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour to do my whole journaling routine for the day. So this is what my yearly overall spread looks like once I've filled that in with my habit tracker, and then flipping to the weekly spread. There is my weekly spread all filled out. So I add in little emojis for the things that have happened with my family. So you can see the weekend is quite full. The rest of the week, I don't put much during the working hours because I have a separate planner for work. And then all of this is filled out down here. So I really love the way that the weekly spread turns out once I put in all of the emojis. And then flipping to the daily spreads in the back here. So there are my finished daily spreads in my Hobonichi cousin. So I hope this gave you guys some idea as to how I use my planner on a day-to-day basis. And then I'll show you as well my A5 journal here, which is very, very simply, or sorry, my A6 5-year journal, very simply filled in. Got a food stain on there, and then some of the inks as well. So really, my overall routine for planning has been covered this week. I hope this gave you guys a good idea as to how I use all my journals throughout the week, how I use my planners, and how you can really make this work for you. I feel like I've found planner peace, and I almost feel cautious saying that, but I have found a system that works for me for the time in my life as it is right now. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on any of this, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.